Unit 2A. Vocabulary. It drives me crazy. There are 4 different pictures. Use them to tell a short story. Remember to give at least one adjective for each picture.
Tim was anxious when his teacher announced that there would be an exam the next day. He went home and studied hard for it. He was studious, so he did well in his exam. Feeling relieved, he looked forward to the holiday the following day. Tim wanted to celebrate, but when he tried to book a restaurant, they were fully booked. He was disappointed. Tim was anxious.
Exercise 1. Speaking. Describe what is happening in the photos A to C. Anxious.
The girl seems to worry about her upcoming final exam.
It looks like the girl is jealous of her little brother because he's having a lollipop, while she doesn't have one.
The woman is probably feeling annoyed because her flight has been delayed.
Frustrated. Miserable. Stressed. The boy. Content. Thrilled. Upbeat. The girl. Bitter. Envious. Disappointed. Frustrated. Irritated. Exercise 3. Which of the adjectives in exercise 2 have a positive meaning and which have a negative meaning? Are there any that you think can have both? Positive. Amused. Content. Thrilled. Upbeat. Negative. Alarmed. Anxious. Ashamed. Bitter. Disappointed. Disillusioned. Envious. Exasperated. Frustrated. Furious. Humiliated. Indecisive. Irritated. Miserable. Stressed. Both. Hysterical. Stunned. Exercise 4. How might you feel in these situations? Choose 2 or 3 adjectives from exercise 2 for each situation. 1. You hear a strange noise in the middle of the night. Alarmed. Anxious. Indecisive. 2. You receive an email with some good news. Content. Upbeat. Thrilled. 3. You're waiting for a friend, and she is late. For the 3rd time this week. Exasperated. Furious. Irritated. 4. A friend makes fun of you in front of other people. Bitter. Furious. Humiliated. 5. You're waiting for some important exam results. Anxious. Stressed. 6. Your application for a summer job has been rejected. Disappointed. Disillusioned. Frustrated. Exercise 5. Vocabulary. How might you feel in these situations? Choose 2 or 3 adjectives from exercise 2 for each situation. 1. Be over the moon. Thrill. 2. Be down in the dump. Miserable. 3. Blow your top. Furious. 4. Be on edge, anxious. Stressed. 5. Something gets on your nerves. Irritated. 6. Be green with envy. Envious. 7. Lose face. Humiliated. 8. Be tearing your hair out. Anxious, exasperated. Frustrated. 9. Be in two minds about something. Indecisive. Exercise 6. Speaking work in pairs. Read the situations from the "It drives me crazy" list. Which ones irritate you the most? Add 3 things to the list.
Social media trolls irritate me most because they intentionally try to upset people with rude or mean comments. Ruin good conversations, make the online space negative. It's hard to hold them responsible.
One. Unreliable people who break promises or show up late. 2. Overcrowded places, like busy shopping malls or public transport. 3. Bad manners, like not saying please or thank you.
Unit 2, Lesson 2A, Exercises 7 and 9. 1.
Well, I don't suppose it's very important, but something that I find really irritating is when people are always updating their status on social networking sites. I'm really not interested in hearing how thrilled someone is with their new shoes, or how they feel about going to the coolest pizzeria in town. But what really gets on my nerves are the emotional messages that appear every 5 minutes about how somebody is missing their boyfriend or girlfriend terribly and how miserable they feel. What's more, they've usually only been going out with each other for about a week.
2. I get really mad when I go to the cinema and people are constantly eating popcorn. I really blow my top. I don't just sit there feeling angry. I tell people to keep quiet. My boyfriend says that one day someone is going to react in a hostile way, but for the moment, nobody has said anything. But they haven't stopped eating popcorn either. They eat more quietly for a while, but gradually it starts getting louder and louder. And for 1 week at the end of this month, my local cinema is offering free snacks with every film, so it's only going to get worse. 3.
I was over the moon when I got a new laptop for Christmas, but since I've had it, I've had nothing but problems. The first day, it took ages to start up, but I just thought it was because I had transferred all my documents to it the night before. But every time I switch it on, it works more and more slowly. It's so slow that I feel like tearing my hair out. Right now, it's downloading some photos from my mobile, and after 30 minutes, it still hasn't transferred half of them. I feel really frustrated every time I use it. I'm taking it back to the shop tomorrow, and I hope something can be done about it.
4.
I have to say, I'm in two minds about participating in more online forums. I'm participating in one about recycling at the moment, but there are lots of trolls who are always criticising the green movement and even insulting some of the contributors. I have to admit that I'm amused by some of the comments, but the rude ones leave me fuming. The moderator is making some changes to the site next month, but the trolls always find a way of getting their silly messages through, so I'll have to decide if I'm going to continue taking part.
Exercise 8. Read the recycle and the sentences below. Say whether the questions refer to what is happening now, an annoying habit, or future arrangements. 1. An annoying habit. 2. Future arrangements. 3. Future arrangements. 4. What is happening now? Exercise 9. Listen again. Note down the answers to the questions in Exercise 8. Exercise 10. Speaking work in pairs. Answer the questions.
Is anything making you anxious at the moment?
Yes, I'm feeling a bit anxious about an upcoming project deadline. There's a lot to get done in a short amount of time.
Are you in two minds about doing something? What could help you to be less indecisive?
Not really. I would make a pros and cons list, and talking it over with friends and family could help me make a more informed decision.
When was the last time you were over the moon about something?
It was when my brother won a scholarship to study at Oxford University. We all felt proud of him.
Have you ever lost face because of something you did? How did you improve the situation?
Yes, I once made a mistake during a presentation at work. To improve the situation, I immediately apologized and provided the correct information in a follow-up email.
What kind of behavior makes you blow your top? What was the last thing that made you furious?
I get really upset when people are disrespectful or inconsiderate. The last time I was furious was when a teammate took credit for my work during a presentation. I had to talk to the teacher to clear things up.